Malik Scott, the trainer of Deontay Wilder, says he expects Wilder to stop Tyson Fury in 5 rounds. Well, you wouldn't expect him to say that Deontay Wilder's going to lose. He's obviously going to back his fighter. That's what all teams do. How realistic is it that this prediction could come true? That Wilder could stop Tyson Fury in 5? One of the things I've learned over the years is that heavyweight boxing is so precarious, it's so unpredictable, that it pays to be a little circumspect when you're making predictions. The heavyweight division is unlike any other division because you have devastating knockouts at heavyweight at the top level, which you rarely see at, let's say, welterweight at the top level. But heavyweight is commonplace because these guys are tremendously big, tremendously powerful. And I've spoken before about the power to punch resistance ratio. At welterweight, the power to punch resistance ratio is more even, meaning at the top level, you don't have a big gap between the punching power the guys can generate and the punch resistance they have. But when you get to the level of heavyweight, where the guys are massive, and one of the things that you have to take into consideration with heavyweights is that there's such huge weight disparities between some fighters. I mean, how many pounds was Tyson Fury in the Wilder rematch? Was it 272 or something? And Deontay Wilder was like 230. So there's a huge weight gap in that rematch. And in many heavyweight fights, you're going to find huge weight disparities. So that's one of the things you have to consider. But even still, heavyweights, when it comes to that punching power, punch resistance dynamic, there tends to be a much bigger gap, which means that at the top and, all the way through heavyweight boxing, there's a far greater chance of knockouts, knockdowns. I mean, you look at the heavyweight top 10, who hasn't hit the canvas? You got a few guys like Joyce, I guess, like Hrgovic, some of the guys on the way up. But the majority of guys, Anthony Joshua's hit the canvas, Tyson Fury's hit the canvas, Deontay Wilder's hit the canvas, Dylan White's hit the canvas. Most of the top guys have hit the canvas. And that's usually the way in heavyweight boxing. If you went back to the 1990s, same situation. It's like all the top guys have been down. Lennox Lewis, he'd hit the canvas. Evander Holyfield had been down. Mike Tyson had been down. Riddick Bowe had been down. Michael Moore had been down. George Foreman had been down. Ray Mercer, he got dropped by Holyfield. That was the first time he was down. Tommy Morrison had been down. I mean, this is the heavyweight division for you. Very, very few fighters in the top 10 at any given time at heavyweight have never tasted the canvas. You see it. So, although I'm not expecting Malik Scott's prediction here to come true, Wilder to stop Tyson Fury in 5, I can't completely dismiss it as ridiculous because it is heavyweight boxing. Deontay Wilder is a tremendous puncher. And in this division, you have to expect the unexpected. Or even if you're not expecting the unexpected, you always have to make allowances for the unexpected. You have to factor in the unexpected. This is one of the things that I love so much about heavyweight boxing, and I know many of you love so much about it, is the unpredictability, the precariousness of it. When you're watching two big guys, 6'7", 6'9", 230, 250, 270 odd pounds, swinging heavy punches in tiny little gloves. Anything can happen in situations like that. So I'm expecting Tyson Fury to win this trilogy fight, but Deontay managing to get his own back, particularly after being able to rebuild mentally. And I know a lot of people are going to say he's still not over that defeat, including Tyson Fury, and maybe they're right. But all I can say is I give Wilder a better chance now against Fury in this trilogy fight than I would have given him a year ago. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. What's your prediction? Give me your predictions. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to read and see in the comments section. What are your predictions for Fury Wilder 3? Be precise. Is it going to be Fury on points? Is it going to be Fury by stoppage? Mid rounds, early rounds, late rounds? Is it going to be Wilder somehow? Let me know.